So Adolf Hitler's personality was responsible for his rise as the party leader in Germany. Okay. So what is his background? Hitler was born in 1889. If you remember, Mussolini was born in 1883. So who's senior, Mussolini or Hitler?
Mussolini, man.
Mussolini was senior in many ways, by age as well as by coming to power also. Right. So Adolf Hitler was born in 1889 in a very humble family in Austria. Okay. So technically speaking, Austria is another country. It's not Germany. Okay. But he spoke Germany only, German language, and his village will be occupied by Germany during this period. So his family will migrate to proper Germany when he was very young age. So Hitler always considered himself as an Prussian, as a German, not an Austrian. Okay, so wonders of wonders, right? So he was born in an Austrian village. That village was under the control of German country. So he considered himself to be a German only, right? Then on, because his family was very poor, he could not get formal education, right? So there are people who will say that he was given education and he was not intelligent enough to get or read and write, but still, yeah, Hitler himself says that because of poverty his father could not send him to good schools. So because he was not sent to good school, he did not get good education, right? And his father wanted his son to become a government employee, so somehow get educated and somehow become government employee. But Hitler was very much interested to become an artist. He thought he is a good painter. Okay, he thought he is a good painter. Whether he was actually a good painter or not, I want you all to learn about it. Okay, so he thought he is a good artist. He can do pencil sketching, he can do good painting and drawing. So he wanted to become an artist. So he goes to Vienna. Vienna is located in Austria, was considered to be the center of art during that time. So instead of going to, like how people go to Paris today and can call Paris as the center of art, he wanted to go to Vienna, which was the center of art. A lot of good educational institution was there for artists also. So he goes to Vienna at the age of 18 so that he can learn the art of painting and he can learn how to make architecture or make diagrams for making buildings. So he will roam street to street here, knocking the doors of every education institution, asking him admission in those educational institution. But what he faced only rejection. Wherever he applied, he was denied admission. Okay, there can be two reasons why a person is not getting admission. One, all the seats are filled. So even though this man was so talented, he was not getting admission. Or he is so poor at his caliber, he does not know how to draw, so none of these schools are interested to give him admission. Both can be the reason, no? But according to Hitler, he's a great artist. Even though he is a great artist, he's not getting admission in Vienna because the schools are full. Why the schools are full? The Jewish children are everywhere. The schools are run by the Jews. The students are disciples, and the students are only the Jewish community people. And this man, who is a great patriot of his country, is not getting admission because of Jews. So he started blaming the Jews for all his problems. He will look for cheap accommodation, and he finds that in all that accommodation, that hostels, only Jewish students are there, and they are so ill behaved. According to him, they don't dress well, they don't take shower, they are very dirty, they don't shave properly. He has so much commentary about the Jewish community even during this period. So his opinion of Jewish community was made during this period only. Okay, so do not trust what Hitler is saying regarding Jewish community. Okay, he as a young boy sees this community as a competition. He's not getting admission, he's not getting accommodation, he's not getting proper facilities, so he's blaming these people for all his misery. Okay, right. So just because Hitler is saying, I don't want any one of you to make any kind of opinion about the Jewish population. Okay, right. So that is why his anti Semitic policy against the Jews will be framed by this opinion only. So he feels, even though I am talented, I am not getting admission because of the Jewish community. They are the ones who are controlling the media, they are the ones who are controlling the education institution, they are the ones who are controlling the banking sector, and that is why the rightful owners of Germany are denied the opportunities. Understand, you're getting my point. So he starts blaming them for all his problems. Okay, so coming back to his personal life, he is now a street artist trying to paint and survive in the streets. Okay, so he starts reading the books that are available, the cheap editions on communism, socialism, and the ideas that were spread during Europe at the time. So his political ideas are framed by the ideas that he is reading and the what he listens to people. Okay, so there were a lot of meetings that are conducted by the trade union people, by the socialist and by the communist. Wherever meetings are conducted, this man will go to listen to them so that he will grab some of the ideas. Okay, and they will also provide free food at the end of the meeting. So you need to guess whether Hitler went to listen to ideas or whether to get free food. Okay, so that's how he was roaming around many cities in his young age, and he's trying to gather new ideas that he's going to use or manipulate and use in the later period. Okay, he started hating the Jews and the Marxians also, because Karl Marx is a Jew, and he feels the idea of communism itself is propagated by the Jewish community only. So that way he keeps talking abusive words about the Jewish community during this period, right? Then he did not believe in democracy or the majority opinion, because people keep changing their opinion. Then why we should go and believe in democracy and majority opinion? Today people think someone is correct, tomorrow the same people will think somebody else is correct. So democracy is useless, because the majority of the people may not have the correct opinion at all. So he feels that democracy is a failure model, the social democratic party is a failure only. Okay, then when the First World War begins, Hitler was actually very much relieved, because he will get an employment. So he will become a soldier. He will join as a German soldier in order to make his country proud. So he becomes a German soldier. He even goes to the battlefront. But if you read his narration, he will call himself a war hero. He has gone and struggled in so many battlefronts, and how the Allied powers, the British, the French, are not at all fair in war times, right? So, and he also talks about the many battles that he has seen during First World War. But in actuality, he did not participate in many battles. He participated only in two battlefronts. In one battle, he was not even in the theater of the war. He was only as a soldier, as a backup soldier, if you call in that way, and he didn't even go to the battlefront. In the second war front, he would be sent to fight, and in that fight, the enemies will use tear gas, poisonous gases. So what would happen? Hitler will be one of the soldier who will be affected by the poisonous gas. His eyes will start burning, and it will become red, and it will blow up. So immediately he is considered as a wounded soldier. Okay, so he will drag one more man, one more soldier along with him. So he's rescuing him. Okay, so he will drag one more soldier, and then he will be hospitalized after this dramatic event. So he will be awarded Iron Cross for this heroism that he displayed during the First World War. Okay, so if you read Main Camp, he will be narrating it in a different way. If you are listening to me, I am narrating it in a different way. Okay, so he was definitely a soldier who participated in the First World War, but whether he did heroism in the war is a doubt only. Okay, he was awarded Iron Cross for his meritorious participation in the First World War time at the end of the war, because he was part of the team, the battalion, who was able to defend our territory. And even though poisonous gases were used, they were able to defend the territory. So they all will be awarded with Iron Cross. Okay, right. So Hitler will proudly display this Iron Cross from now on till his death. Right. Then, even during this period, he will say that the Jews are not participating in the war, the communists are not participating in the war, and he will keep saying it is because of the Jews and it is because of the communists that Germany was defeated in the First World War. It is not logical. He is only speaking. And when he was in the hospital, he gets to listen to all the war veterans. A lot of soldiers are in the hospital, and they will keep discussing about First World War. So he keeps listening to all the discussion, and he understands that people are heavily disappointed by the king, by the monarchy, by the Democrats, by the communists. So he has a game plan now. So his opinion is formed against all these political parties, against democracy, against monarchy, against the Jews, against the communists. So when he's writing the Main Camp, he will list how all these groups are responsible for the degeneration of the German community, why they are responsible for the degeneration of the Prussian spirit, and why these people are responsible for the defeat in the First World War. Okay, so he will keep talking about how he will avenge the defeat, how he will restore the German pride and the Prussian pride at the uh, first opportunity available to him. Okay, right. So in 1919, in order to make a transformation in Germany, he will join a political party called as German Workers' Party. It's a very small party which had only 6 people. Okay, so in 1919, he joined this political party. There are only 6 people, so he is the seventh person, I think. So this party only will get renamed later as National Socialist German Workers' Party. Okay, so this party only will get renamed as National Socialist German Workers' Party. So famously referred as Nazi Party. Okay, there were only 7 men, and this man will become the leader of the political party in the 1919 itself. So when this party is renamed, so who is the leader of the Nazi party? Adolf Hitler is the leader of the Nazi party. Okay, so he could speak very well. Okay, so that is his attraction. He can relate to the circumstances. He will look at the audience, and then gathering the vibes, he can talk so well, he can narrate so well. So that was his charm, that was his charisma. So he was able to attract the people's attention by giving examples of the greatness of Prussia and how certain communities are bringing down the country's greatness. Okay, so this political party was a right wing party. So what is a right wing party? Which was very radical. They wanted to bring radical reforms in the country. They wanted to overthrow what was there in front of them by establishing a new system of government. So they will proclaim hatred against Versailles party, hatred against communism, hatred against Jews, and they wanted to overthrow Weimar Republic. If you think for a minute, the popular sentiment was people did not like any of these things. People did not like Versailles Treaty. German people did not like the communists. German people did not like the minority Jews who were richer than them. Okay, and then Weimar Republic for signing Treaty of Versailles. So that way, he is becoming the leader of one of the small parties, and everybody accepted he is the founder of this National Socialist German Workers' Party. Okay, right. So